stewards of God's creation. Beforehand, let me first give a simple account about stewardship. Stewardship is a way of living in which we recognize that all things belongs to God. If we consider that fact, therefore all things are sacred, needing not to be deteriorated and needing not to be destructed. And in connection to the saying that I had drawn, when the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between me and all living beings on earth. As simple as the covenant to our fellow men. Not just in our fellow men, but also to all living things. Considering the plants, the animals, the rivers, the elements of the air, and elements of the soil and the fire. Remember that if you will try to look at what is happening on our environment today, we cannot really afford to ignore what we are facing right now. There is global warming, there is climate change, there are typhoons that really deteriorate and distracts our environment and even kills a lot of lives. So if we are really a true stewards and we really want to promote a good covenant, why is it that we are facing this kind of world? Why is it that we are facing this kind of environment where there is no love? Isn't it that God told us to build covenant, to love our fellow men? Look at the persons behind you or at your side. Do you really consider that you love them? Would you mind to look at your environment? Look at the different trees. When we try to travel here from Santiago, I can definitely say that there are trees that already gone. Seemingly, the air is also polluted and impure. Is this the covenant that God wants us to do? Had we done what God intended us to do? Do we respect the purpose of every living thing around us? Well, please answer these questions. If we will try to look at our rivers, if we will try to see the condition of every bodies of water, for me, I can definitely say that it flows very hard. And in that instance, water creatures don't have safe habitat wherein they can live. Look at our air today. The excessive use of vehicles, the factories that emits different kinds of chemicals. In that manner, we can see therefore that we do not have enough and good covenant between the water and the air. Another thing is that our relationship with our fellow men. Are we a true stewards? Do we manage well how to communicate and how to establish a mutual relationship with others? Said for instance, in this particular event, had we built a good relationship among our fellow students from different schools? One thing is that we must be promoting a covenant between others. And to finally end my speech, I would like to share a story in the Leviticus wherein God talked to Moses and ordered him that the Israelites should prune the field and also the vineyards. And they will do that only for 6 years. At the 7th year, they should give it a point that they should have a Sabbath rest for the land. So the implication is that the land also gets tired, that needed to have a rest. Our environment also gets wounded, that needed to be healed. That our environment also gets drained, that needed to be saved. You heard it right. We need to save it. So my challenge is that as you take out of these corners of the church, I am challenging you to be a part of promoting change and establishing a good covenant for all the living things around us. That would be all. Thank you.